Hi my loves, my name is Bethany and I am the Yogi Witch. Thank you for allowing me to be your teacher today through this goddess Vinyasa yoga flow, where we will invoke the sense of empowerment, the sense of magic as we play around with hips, with the goddess pose, and kind of creating a little bit of heat, a bit of energy in the body. So don't worry guys, this is for you too. This is a flow for everyone. So you can grab yourself any blocks, any bolsters that you might need, but when you are ready, I will meet you on the mat to get started. Okay, so to begin the flow today, you're just going to come into a classic child's pose by bringing those big toes together, taking those knees as wide as feels comfortable, and you're going to settle the body all the way down. But we're going to aim to make it an active child's pose by pressing into those hands to raise the elbows off the mat. And from here, simply lower the forehead down and start to ground yourself through your breath. Feeling every inhale and every exhale. So as I said in the introduction, this is a hip flow. So we're just going to begin to open up these hips, ground ourselves through a beautiful child's pose. So starting to bring your mind, bring your body into the mat today. Leaving behind any worries, any stresses you might have of the past or of the future, just keeping you and your mind, your body, your breath, your soul in the present moment, the place of true happiness. So staying here for just a couple more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. And if you'd like to go deeper into this pose, then maybe move onto your fingertips, starting to wake up the chest as you open it up, bring those shoulder blades together. And then maybe you start to roll that forehead from left to right, massaging the space between the eyebrows. So taking just a couple more breaths here. Before we inhale through the nose and exhale back out the nose. On your next inhale, place the palms to the mat as you roll that body to your tabletop, and you're going to immediately take those hands maybe an inch forward, bend the elbows next to the chest and move through your first vinyasa. Inhale to upward dog, and on your exhale, lower this body all the way down into the mat, giving those hips a little bit of a wiggle. So we're going to be working with a lot of forward folds. We need to create that balance between back bends, forward folds. So what we're going to do is going to take those fingertips to the corner of the mat. Let's work through some Cobra Roll. So on your inhale, keeping those hips low, the elbows bent, you're going to raise the chest up and then exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale to raise that chest. Exhale to lower. Beautiful. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Beautiful. 1 more time. We're going to inhale to move all the way into our Cobra, and this time as we exhale, slide the hands next to your chest, tuck those toes, and immediately move into your first down dog of the class. So pedaling one leg, pedaling another, and getting a nice stretch of the toes of the body. So checking in with your down dog today, how is it feeling? Are you recognizing any stiffness in the hips, in the shoulders or the legs? So taking any movement that feels good to you for a few more moments. Before we start to wake up these legs a little bit more, play with our balance. So from here, you're going to walk those big toes together and you're going to slowly begin to walk those hands back towards the feet, bending those knees, and you're going to hover on these tippy toes. So starting to wake the bottom of the feet up, testing our balance here. So maybe you keep the hands to the mat, give yourself a bit of support, or maybe you take them to heart center. As we stay here for 5 breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose is the right. If you're wobbling, just find your gaze on a drishti. That's what happens when you try and swallow your hair. So keeping your eyes focused for 5. For 4. For 3. Ooh, maybe your legs are burning. For 2, and for 1. From here, release the hands to the mat in front of you, and you're simply going to raise the hip bones to the sky, walk those feet hips width apart. On your inhale, move to the fingertips to gaze forward and straighten the back. And then exhale to bend the knees and find your forward fold. So maybe you find the big toes here, or maybe you find your elbows in ragdoll. Wherever you choose, start to pivot some weight on to those toes, draw the heels down. Starting to get a beautiful and deeper stretch of the legs here and of the top of the spine. Staying here for simply 1 more breath. Before once again, release the fingertips to the mat. Inhale to look forwards. Exhale, walk those hands back into your down dog. And from here, bring those big toes together. And you're going to inhale to send that right leg to the sky, immediately bending into your split dog. So staying here 1 more breath as you inhale. And on your exhale, bring this knee first into the chest and then step this right foot outside of the right hand. Lower that back knee down. Now you can stay on your hands as you push into your lizard pose, or maybe you pivot onto the edge of that right foot, coming a little bit deeper. Staying here for 5 more breaths. If you'd like to go even deeper than this, then you can take that right hand on that right knee and start to push it open a little bit more. Inhaling through the nose and out the nose for 5. For 4. For 3. Beautiful. For 2. And for 1, gently moving back on to the bottom of the right foot, hands come into the mat. And from here, we're going to play around to take as much movement as you need, but tuck in those back toes. You're going to swing that leg back into 3-legged down dog. Taking a few ankle rolls here in one direction, moving and taking it in the other. Before we release the right foot down to the left, and then bring those big toes together as you inhale to sweep the left leg to the sky. Bend this knee off, split dog. Taking a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, draw this right knee into the chest before stepping it outside of that left hand. Let's move to our lizard pose on the other side. So release that back leg down. And maybe you simply stay on those hands, or maybe you pivot onto the side of the foot. Open the body up. Coming a little bit deeper. Holding here for 3 more breaths. As I spy on the neighbours. For 2. And for 1, gently move back onto the bottom of the left foot, or to the left foot in general. Hands come to the mat, and then let's take this movement again. Move back into your 3-legged down dog, taking a few ankle rolls in one direction, taking them in the other. Before you release the left foot next to the right, and from here move on to the tippy toes, roll to your plank, and take your vinyasa. So bend those elbows next to the chest, lower down. And then inhale all the way to upward dog. Open up the heart. Exhale, take those hip bones to the sky, back to down dog. And let's start getting a bit deeper into the flow. So bring those big toes together. Inhale, right leg comes to the sky, bend it off, split dog. As you inhale and exhale, draw this right knee into the chest. Take as much movement as you need to step that foot between the thumbs. Inhale first, those hands come high, all the way to the sky for high lunge. And then releasing those hands behind the back, find your Kali Mudra. So the hands come together, pointing the index fingers down to open up the chest, holding here for 5. Steady breaths for 4. For 3, squeeze those shoulder blades together. For 2. And for 1, keeping the hands where they are, you can extend the front leg and pivot both feet so they come parallel on the mat. Bring in all the fingers together. Now we inhale to open the chest. And on our exhale, pivot from the hips and move to a wide-legged forward fold, allowing those hands to come as far over the head as possible. Now from here, start to have a bit of faith in the body. As you pivot onto those tippy toes, draw the heels down, come a little bit deeper for 3 more breaths. As you inhale, and on your exhale, bend the knees, pull back on those hands to raise the body up. Keeping the hands they are, pivot that front foot forward, pivot onto that back toes, and we inhale, release the hands to high lunge. Exhale to frame the front foot, move into your plank, and roll through your vinyasa. Keep that body nice and steady. Inhaling to upward dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Taking this flow to the other side, so bring those big toes to touch. On your inhale, my love, send the left leg to the sky. Bend this knee, split dog. As you inhale and exhale, draw this knee into the chest, step through to your high lunge. So inhale, hands come high. Exhale, hands come to those Kali Mudra, so open up the chest, pull the shoulder blades together, holding here for 5 more breaths, keeping it nice and steady. It's a deep pose, it's burning, trust me, for all of us. 3 more breaths here. For 2. And for 1, keeping the hands they are, extend the front leg and pivot both feet so they come parallel. Releasing the fingertips together, inhale to open the heart. Exhale to find that forward fold, hands come over the head, maybe going a little bit deeper this time. Staying here for 3 more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. As we inhale and exhale, bend the knees, draw the hands back, pivoting back into our high lunge, so bend into the front knee, hands come high. Exhale to frame the front foot, move through your vinyasa, so lower through that plank. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, take the hip bones high, back to your down dog. So you're welcome to take your resting pose in your child's pose if you like, or you can stay with me in your down dog. Remember, this is your practice to find out what feels good for you. But just staying here for a couple of breaths before we take a look at this beautiful, yet intense pose of goddess pose. So slowing this breath here, get back in control of your magic, of your energy. As we hold it for a couple more moments, whichever pose you've chosen. Now remember, if you need more time, you can pause this video, or if you're ready to keep this heat going, you're going to move back into your down dog if you're not already in it. And then from here, let's bring the feet together, walk back all the way to your knees, and let's move to this tippy toe balance. So maybe the hands come to heart center, or maybe you up it by releasing them to Kali Mudra all the way behind your back. So testing the strength of our legs, balancing here. Holding for 3 more breaths. You've got this, my loves. Yes, as you inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Keep on your tippy toes as you extend the legs. Move to forward fold, release the heels down and find your pose. However your pose might look, however might feel good for you. Maybe it's a ragdoll, maybe you wrap your arms around your legs. But holding here for 2 more breaths. Before we inhale. And we exhale, release the fingertips to the mat on your next inhale and look forward, straighten the back. Exhale, walk those hands all the way back into your down dog, and from here, bring the big toes together and immediately sweep that right leg to the sky, bend the knees, split dog. As you inhale and exhale, draw this knee into the chest, stepping between the thumbs and move all the way in to your high lunge. Before we release the hands behind the back, open this heart, Kali Mudra. As you inhale and exhale here, 2 more breaths, my darlings, you've got this. Feel that goddess energy, that beautiful, divine, feminine energy. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, extend the front leg, bring both feet parallel, and this time you're going to release those hands to the hips. Inhale to move to a mini back bend. Exhale to forward fold. Maybe bringing those hands into the mat. Maybe you're able to bring your head all the way down into the mat, whatever feels good for you. But staying here for just 3 more breaths. Pivoting that weight onto the tippy toes, draw the heels down, come deeper. And then when you're ready, my darlings, inhale to push into those hands, straighten that back to gaze forward. And on your exhale, you're going to bring those heels a little bit close, those toes point off to a 45-degree angle. Bend the knees, and let's move to our goddess pose. Hands come to heart center, sit nice and low here. Feel this power in your legs. So hold here for 10, for 9, you've got this, 8, 7, for 6, yes, all legs shaking, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1, extend the legs. And you're going to pivot back into your high lunge, bending into the front knee as you inhale. Take the hands high. Exhale to frame the front foot. Move through your vinyasa, lowering the body all the way down. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, take those hip bones high, back to down dog. Immediately taking this flow to the other side, so bring these big toes together. On your inhale, sending that right leg up to the sky and bend it off, split dog. Inhale. Exhale to draw this left knee into the chest, step between the hands. First we move to high lunge, hands come high. Exhale to find Kali Mudra. Let's open up this heart. Holding here for a couple more breaths, feeling that strength in our legs. Beautiful. Inhale. On your exhale, extend the front leg, release those hands to the hips, and let's find our way to our wide leg forward fold. So inhale to open up the spine, mini back bend. Exhale, pivot from the hips and move your way to the wide leg forward fold. So it's your choice. Maybe you stay with your hands on the mat, or maybe your head, or if you have it in your practice and if you feel comfortable, maybe you begin to move in to your tripod headstand. Ooh. Holding here a couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Back to wide leg forward fold. Oh, my head. I have a lot of clips in my head, and that was not a good idea. As you inhale to look forwards. Exhale, bring these heels in close. I'm going to flip myself this way because I feel too embarrassed on YouTube. And you're going to sit into your goddess pose again. Sit nice and low here for 10 more breaths. For 9. Or 10. 9. 8. For 6. For 4, sit low. For 3. For 2. And for 1, move back into your high lunge. I know I'm on the wrong leg, but that's okay. And then take the hands down, step into your plank and roll through your vinyasa. Lower this chest all the way down. Inhale, push into the hands, come to upward dog. And on your exhale this time, you're going to move back into the child's pose. Let those hands hang heavy, let the head hang heavy. Give yourself a moment. So one final little flow to go through before we come to the ends, my darling. So from here, just catching your breath, feeling every inhale, feeling every exhale for a couple more moments. And if you need to stay in your child's pose a little bit longer, then I invite you to do so. Or if you're ready to move into the next and final part of the flow, you're going to place your hands into the mat. Inhale to first roll to tabletop. Tuck those toes, move into your final down dog of the flow. So we're going to play around a little bit. You can take this in baby steps, or maybe you want to find a little bit of empowerment. You can bring those big toes together, take the gaze between the hands, and from here, you're going to jump into your Malasana. So taking those feet to outside of the mat, give yourself a wiggle before we move into this deep hip opener. So we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Using those elbows to push apart your knees to come a bit deeper. Remember to modify this any way that you need, my darlings. feeling nice and strong. Five more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. As you inhale, and on your exhale, take the hands to the mat, press into the hands to bring the hip bones to the sky. Inhale to look forwards. Exhale to find your forward fold, however your forward fold might be looking today. However you might feel. Remember, it doesn't have to look like mine to feel good. Only you know your body, only you know your practice. Not staying here too much longer. One final look at the goddess pose before we start to cool down. So when you're ready, you're going to bring your fingertips to the mat. Inhale to gaze forward, straighten the back. And on your exhale, step back with the left leg, bringing both feet parallel. And from here, we're going to move to our Skandasana. So starting to bend in to the right leg here, flexing this left leg off the floor. And maybe you stay with your hands on the mat to give you a bit of stability. Or maybe you take your hands to heart center, test your balance. And maybe your heel touches the floor. Maybe it doesn't. Remember, recognize your body, recognize your practice. Calm your breath, find your drishti. Before we take the hands into the mat, and then let's take it to the other side. So bend the left leg, flex this right foot here. And maybe you take your hands into prayer, test your balance. Oh, I'm a lot more wobbly on this side. Ooh. One of these days I'm gonna make it through a video without a mistake. Ooh. Oh, I'll take my hands to the mat for this one. So staying in your Skandasana. Maybe you're balancing, maybe you're not. But staying here for 2 more breaths. As you inhale and exhale, walk those hands back in to a wide leg forward fold, and let's extend the legs. Move back to the top of the mat as we inhale, take the hands high. Nice full body stretch. Exhale to forward fold. Step back one leg, step back another. Roll through your final vinyasa, so make your movement nice and strong and steady. Inhale to upward dog, and then from here, simply coming into your tabletop. Let's start to ease the spine, cool off a little bit by working through our cat-cows. So inhale to drop the chest, take the gaze forwards. Exhale to curve the spine, tuck the chin into the chest. And just making this movement a few more times at your own pace. Maybe staying in one stretch a little bit longer if you need it. And then when you've taken your movement, no rushing, you're going to cross those ankles, move to a seated position. All together, we're going to inhale, those hands come high. And we're going to exhale, twist all the way to the left-hand side, keeping a lovely long spine here. Aiming to twist a little bit deeper with every exhale. Inhale, those hands come back to the sky. And then exhale, let's take this twist all the way to the right hand side. Inhale, my loves, hands come back high to the sky, and you're going to bring those legs all the way forward. Move on to the sit bones, adjust leggings if needed. And let's begin to close off these hips by bending the right knee into the chest. And you're going to take this right foot over the left leg, hug it with the left arm, and twist to the right. If you have it available in your practice, maybe you come into like spaghetti legs, so bending or wrapping the left leg around, bring both knees stacked one on top of the other. You inhale to lift the chest and exhale to forward fold. If this isn't available or it causes you really sharp sensations in your knee, then I recommend just staying in the twist. So choosing the stretch that feels best to you. Remembering that not all bodies look the same, not all practices or poses look the same. Listen to you and to your energy and to your body. Only you know best. On your inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale to raise the body up. And you're going to untangle the legs here. Let's open up the front of the body by taking the hands behind our back. Fingers point forwards. And from here, on your inhale, going to move to your reverse plank. So drawing these toes all the way to the mat. Lift those hip bones to sky for 5. I don't know if he's underneath me. Oh God, he is. For 4. For 3. For 2, please move. And for 1, lower yourself down and let's take this twist to the other side. So bending the left knee into your chest and take, oh here she comes. Take the left foot over the right leg. Again, maybe you hug it with your right arm and you twist to the left hand side, or maybe you find those spaghetti legs by stacking one knee on top of the other. Inhale, look forwards, exhale to forward fold. Again, find what feels good for you. Oh, of course they joined me. Oh, of course they joined me for the flow. If you are new to my channel, then this is Luna. This is Ro. The unwanted yogi animals that join me on the mat. They're being quite calm right now because usually they fight. So let's embrace this silence, this peace and quiet for a few more moments. Bless you. As you inhale, look forwards. Exhale, raise the body up, moving aside any four-legged friends to come into your reverse plank. So take the hands behind the back. On your inhale, draw these toes all the way to the mat, holding here for 5. Lift those hips for 4, for 3, for 2, yes. Whew. For 1, lower the hips down, and you're going to gently make your way back into the mat. Hug these knees nice and close into the chest, taking a few rocks from side to side. Just massaging the base of that lower spine for a little bit longer. And then when you're ready, inhale, take those hands overhead, extend those legs, coming to a full body stretch here, pointing those fingers, pointing those toes. Before relaxing those hands next to the chest, and find your way into your Shavasana. So grab any bolsters, any blocks, blankets, jumpers, anything that you need at all. starting to let go of all this beautiful fire that you created today on the mat by inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. So imagine you're blowing away this fire, leaving it with some gorgeous, delicious embers. So starting to allow that body to completely relax on the mat. Scanning yourselves from the tops of the toes to the ends of the fingertips, to the ends of the hair. How are you feeling? Emotionally, physically. Maybe starting to embrace all this amazing, magical, empowering, feminine goddess energy. Feeling those hips, those shoulders. And taking a moment to be proud of yourselves for coming to the mat, for absolutely conquering this flow, for choosing to spend some time dedicated to you, your body, your breath, your soul. The greatest gift you can give yourself. And as you lie here on the mat, relaxed, tired, quiet, I would like you to repeat after me, either out loud or quietly in your minds. I invoke my inner goddess. I awaken my feminine energy. I embrace my power. I invoke my inner goddess. I awaken my feminine energy. I embrace my power. Final time. I invoke my inner goddess. I awaken my feminine energy. I embrace my power. Feeling strong, feeling energized, feeling awake in this beautiful Shavasana. And if you'd like to stay here a little bit longer, embracing your energy, then I invite you to do so, sending so much love, so much light, and thanking you for joining me on the mat. Or if you're ready to come out, you're simply going to wiggle those toes, move those fingers, bending one knee into the chest, bending the other, before allowing yourself to roll all the way to the right-hand side, keeping your head nice and heavy as you move in to a comfortable seated position. From here, you're going to roll back those shoulders, take one hand to the heart, take another on top, and all together, we're going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, Exhale, sigh it out, bow low with gratitude. Sending thanks to you for joining me on the mat today for this goddess flow. And I hope that you remain inspired by the magic, by the power, by the goddess in you. And I hope to see you again soon, my loves. Sending so much love and sending so much positivity. See you soon.